This video is going to be a favourites video. It was on my list of stuff to film anyway because I feel like it's been a really long time since I've filmed a favourites as it is. So it's a real mixed bag of stuff, but I thought I'm just going to sit here and talk to you about stuff that I've really been enjoying. So I'm going to get straight into it. I think I'll start with accessories and then move on to beauty. This first thing is a bag from Accessorize, which I bought a couple of weeks ago because I haven't been out in ages, and then all of a sudden it's just been birthday after birthday and I realised I didn't really have an evening kind of going out bag. So I saw this in Accessorize and it's just a black croc style clutch bag. So it's got this little gold handle here, which is quite a good weight to be honest, and then it's got a gold chain so you can wear it long or you can just hold onto it like this, which is super handy. You just tuck the chain in. It's a really handy size because you can get everything that you need to get in here. It's not teeny tiny. I've been really enjoying using this. It's been something that I can just use with wear with jeans and kind of like heeled sandals if I'm just going out for a meal, but then also if you're going like properly out to a party you can wear this as well. It's a nice in-betweener. Also from Accessorize, I got this at the same time, is this little kind of purse wallet thing. I've popped this on my Instagram story to share with you all because at the moment I think it's down to about £6.40 with all the Black Friday deals that are going on, and it is this kind of like croc purse. It is a kind of dark khaki green and it's got the gold zip at the top where you pop your cash and any change in there, and it's quite a good size actually. It's not massive, it's obviously just kind of like a small purse. This is still full of euros. And then on the other side you have a few little strips here for cards and things like that, so it's just really handy to throw into a small bag, which I will show you next. Actually I've got a couple of bags to share with you. It's just handy to just drop in, or also if you're just nipping out to the shop for biscuits or something, just to grab it and go. I've been much preferring using this tiny one over my big purse. That's the door. Hang on a sec. Honestly, I swear people just don't give you time to get to the door these days. I was halfway down the stairs and he was back in his car already driving off. Anyway, parcel obtained. I had no idea what that is. I think it's something Tommy's ordered. So that was the purse. I'll show you the bag that I was talking about. This I've not had for very long, but I've used it every day since I bought it, and it was just the perfect thing for what I wanted at the time. So this is a brown snake effect bag. It's half moon, gold hardware, and then it's got a really nice lengthy strap, which means you can wear it crossbody. So while we were away last week in Paris, I knew that everything was kind of very close to me, it was secure, and I had this kind of like tucked under my arm as well as it being over my shoulder. It's a really good size. I had so much stuff in here that I managed to cram in, and I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this this winter, and this was just really handy just to kind of pop in here because it doesn't take up a lot of room. That's that bag. This is from ASOS. I'm going to share a really manky pair of shoes with you because I've worn them that much. They are a bit gross. These are my black high top Converse. I'm just going to show you them quickly because I'm sure you all know what black high tops look like. I wear these every single day. I honestly live in these shoes. They go with everything. They go with jeans, they go with dresses. I wear them if we're going out for a meal, I wear them if we're going to the cinema, I wear them if we're going to the park. I wear them everywhere. I can't get enough of these. They just go with everything. They are the perfect pair of shoes in my eyes. I don't really not include them in a favourites when they are literally the only pair of shoes that I ever wear. And then I also have been really enjoying it. This was a bit of a random favourite, but it's a hat. I have this in a charcoal grey as well, but I wore this one non-stop the last week. It's just, I don't know, I'm always one for bobble hats and I didn't know whether I could pull off one without a bobble. I'm going to be really uncool now and show you what it looks like on. When we were in Paris I wore a long dark green coat and it just went perfectly with it. I really like it for those days where I'm not wearing all black and I just want something a little bit lighter, and I just think it's really nice. I don't know, I got a lot of wear out of this and I think it was £4 from Primark. This next one is a bit of a random favourite, but I wanted to show you. I've had it since last Christmas and it's only recently that I've really gotten into using it. My cousin sent me a little parcel for Christmas. She is American, but she lives kind of all over the world. She just travels everywhere, and she knows that I love the brand Kiki K, and she sent me this, and she also sent me a sleep journal, which I haven't filled in one page of yet because I got a baby now and I don't get that much sleep. But this is it's called the Ultimate Paper Lovers book. Now they probably won't have this actual one still in stock, but they might have something similar, and I thought if you have a Christmas present to buy for somebody that loves stationery, or a Secret Santa where you've got a bit more of a budget. I'm not sure if they've got any discount on this weekend with Black Friday, but this is so handy and so good. It's really, really chunky, and basically it is just filled with the most amazing sheets of paper and all sorts. So basically they have these like little quote cards that are like inspirational cards that you can tear out and use as postcards, and they have like a little stamp thing on the back of them so that you can write them and then send them to people. Hopefully that will show up on the camera. They have things that are like just actual sheets of paper that you can tear out. They have all of the things have perforated edges that you can tear out and use as like note paper or to write people a letter. There are stickers in here. There are things that you can make into boxes. Like these are some of the stickers that you can use. Like every single different theme that Kikki K have out in stationery is in here. It's just incredible, and I wish I'd started to use it sooner, to be honest. But it's one of those things that you get when you're kind of absolutely crazy in the midst of things with a newborn, and I completely forgot about, and now I'm really getting my use out of. So these are little like gift tags. So they've got a hole in the top that you can just put string through and use as gift tags. It's amazing, and I've used it so much, and I just thought it was something that would be really handy as like a really nice Christmas present. It's just something a little bit different because I didn't even know anything like this existed. If you've got someone that's into craft and stationery as much as I am. Craft, not so much. I'm not that good at it, but stationery I'm obsessed with. Next is a dry shampoo that if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know it's been one of my favourites for years. It's the only one that I use, and this is the Collab dry shampoo. This is in the fragrance Dreamer. I've been through so many of these. I don't really have a favourite. They don't only absorb the grease in your hair, like the excess oils aka grease, it gives amazing volume. So if I spray a bit of this in my roots, like my hair would like literally instantly be volumized, which is one thing that I love about it. I always use this if I'm going out, anything like that. I keep talking about going out. I really don't go out that often, but it's a really, really good dry shampoo if you haven't tried it already. This is a fresh tube of this moisturiser because I've just run out of my last one. It is my favourite, all-time favourite moisturiser, and it's not just a moisturiser. You can leave it on and use it as a mask, and you can also use it as a makeup primer, which is, I kind of do a little bit of both. So I use it as my morning moisturiser, and then I leave it on to just like soak into the skin, and then I'll go in with my foundation. It works incredibly. My skin, it just combats any dryness completely. It feels gorgeous on the skin. My foundation doesn't just run off when I use it that day. Any other moisturiser that I have that I use under foundation, I have to put a primer on top. This works as a primer, so it's a great 2-in-1 product. I'll better tell you what it's called, haven't I? It's the Embryo Lease Lay Cream Concentrate. It's incredible. You can buy it in a small tube, a big tube. Buy it, try it. It just says on the back it's a multifunction nourishing moisturiser. Basically the best thing you'll ever use in your life on your face as a morning moisturiser, by the brand Sunday Riley, and this is her Lunar Sleeping Night Oil. This is one of those products where you wake up in the morning and I nearly said you don't feel like P. Diddy, but I'm trying to get out of the habit. But it's one of those products where you wake up in the morning and you know that it's worked instantly. You just feel like your skin is sorted completely. One of the things I used to really struggle with as a teen, and still do sometimes, is the pigmentation in my cheeks with the redness. In the morning it's completely gone, and my skin is more radiant, and it looks younger almost. It's a good one. They always say that you should start using anti-aging products in your early 20s, and this is something that I wish I'd started using ages and ages ago. But if you're after something that is a really luxurious skincare item to use at night that is going to improve your skin over time, this is where to put your money. I would say it's one of my favourite things I've ever used, and you really notice the difference. It's a really good one. A few makeup brushes, I suppose, because I've got them sat next to me. I went through a stage of using my beauty blender a lot. Like, I wouldn't use anything else to put foundation on my face other than a beauty blender, and then I just got sick and tired of having to wash them all the time. So I went back to this brush, which is the Zoeva 104 Buffer brush, and it's a really flat top style brush. It's great if you want a really good coverage foundation. It pops on a load of product and then just kind of sits on the skin, blends in nice. Some brushes that you use that are not as dense as this kind of just like wipe off the product as you're using it and just give a much lighter coverage, whereas this, you can like push it in, stipple it, blend it, everything, and it just gives a really, really good foundation. I think this is a really good coverage even. I think this is kind of a foolproof foundation brush, and I've been using it every single day, as you can tell, because it's a little bit mucky. And then the other two, one of them is one that I've used for blusher for years, and it's a new one, so it's quite nice and still intact. This is the Morphe M530 brush, and is a really good blusher brush. Basically, it's just a really nice length and shape, and it just does the job perfectly for blush. Not really much more I can say about this, and Morphe are really affordable to start off with, which is also very handy. This is another Morphe brush, and I think this is one of the elite brushes, so it's a little bit more pricey but still a good value brush in the grand scheme of things. And this is the Morphe E52 brush, and I've been using this for powder. I have a few powder brushes, but none that I really am obsessed with. This one is slowly but surely becoming like one of the top ones I've ever used. It's very, very soft, and it does have like a good amount of movement for powder, but also it is quite dense, so it does just place the powder where you want it. Really nice size, so you get a good amount of like surface area covered every time you go in with it, and it's really good. That's why I'm showing it in this video. I'm slowly but surely sliding off the end of my bed. Eyeshadows next. These are two eyeshadow sticks. I thought I'd show both because I love them both. They both have their kind of like pros and cons. One of them is about £7 and one of them is 30 odd pounds, I think, maybe around the £30 mark. Is it that expensive? I think so. I'll start with the cheaper one. This is the Kiko long lasting eyeshadow stick. They are so good. They have so many different colours. Just twist up like this, and then you literally just whack it on, and then I blend it out with a brush or a finger if I'm being really lazy. This is in the shade 06, and I use this most days. It's a really nice kind of like bronzy gold colour. It's got a little bit of a shimmer, and I wear it as a base, so I'll pop other eyeshadows on top of it, or I'll just wear it on its own if I'm being super, super quick. I've said it before, but I'm one of those people that I don't really wear a little bit of makeup, so I'll either have days where I'll wear nothing all day, I'll go out to the shops with no makeup on, or I wear a full face. Not like heavy thick makeup. I've put a bit more on today because I'm filming a video, but I always wear eyeshadow on the day-to-day basis because I always feel like if I just put on mascara and my eyebrows and then a light cover foundation, I just look a bit in between, and it just doesn't suit me. I wish I could be one of those people that could just wear a little bit and look gorgeous, but it's not me. So I use these every single day interchangeably. I kind of save the more expensive one if I'm going out and I want something that's going to last a bit longer. This one can come away in like the middle of the lid. It loses a bit, some of its shimmer, but it works as a really good base with eyeshadows over the top, and obviously just bear that in mind. It is a fraction of the price of this one. This is the By Terry Ombre Black Star in the shade, I want to say Bronze Moon. Bronze Moon. And this one is more of a, the Kiko one is a bit cooler, this one is a bit more of a warmer shade. They are more of a luxury beauty item, they're a bit more expensive, and to be honest there's not a lot between them at all. The packaging on this is obviously a lot nicer than this one. This is just like cheap plasticky stuff. This one looks a lot nicer, but the product on the inside, which is what counts really, there's not much of a difference. There's a slight difference in the colours. I'll swatch them on the back of my hand so you can see. Hopefully this works. I've not done this in a long time. Throwing it back to the old school beauty videos. The By Terry one does last a little bit longer, I would say. So as you can see, there is really hardly any difference. So this one is the Kiko one, and this one is the By Terry. So there's a slight, obviously very, very slight colour difference. The biggest difference in them is probably the price. We'll move on because there's only so long you can talk about eyeshadow sticks for. This is a blusher by Benefit. This is the Dallas Box Blusher. Kind of a rose goldy brown toned pinky blush. You can see what it looks like. It is a blush without being a blush. I don't really wear like bright pinks or bright peaches on my cheeks anymore, even in the summer. I used to always wear peach in the summer and then go back to something like this in the winter. I now just wear stuff like this all year round. I've gotten so much use out of this. It's one of my favourite blushes. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, but it doesn't really show up on the skin. It's gorgeous. And then other kind of face products. This is a powder that I've had for such a long time. I've had it in a trio and got so much use out of it that I bought the big full-size one. It's not a cheap product by any means, but it's completely worth the price that you pay in my eyes. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. It is a powder that kind of makes your skin look perfect. I can't explain it. It keeps everything in place like you would expect a powder to do, but it's just got a sheen to it that makes you not glowy. You are glowy, but not in like a ridiculous I'm radiating kind of way. It just makes the skin look flawless. When I wear this, I just know that my foundation and my base is just going to be fine for the day, and I'll make sure that I wear this if I'm going out, if I'm having my picture taken. It's just something that it's guaranteed to just keep my makeup on. They do them in tiny little travel sizes as well, so if you wanted to try one of those before you invested, because they are about £45 I think, but literally I've had this for so long, you get so much product in there, you don't need a lot of it whatsoever. Another one that has been a favourite for so long is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. This is a gorgeous highlighter. It's kind of a goldy champagne-y colour. It lasts all day. It's not a in your face, oh my goodness, she's wearing so much highlighter. It's just a really gorgeous product. And again, this is one that's a little bit pricier, but it's lasted so long because you don't need hardly any of the product. And I think with brands such as Hourglass and Becca, you really do get what you pay for. They're really good brands, and this is just a staple in my makeup bag. I have a eyebrow product to talk to you about. This is the Glossier Boy Brow. I feel like I'm waffling through now, but I just want to get through because I've got quite a few products to share with you. So I've got this in the brown shade. They came out with just a clear one, and I think now they do a blonde one, a light brown and a dark brown. This is the dark brown, and it's basically a mini mascara brush that you use to comb through your eyebrows to keep them in place. So I don't use this every day, but if my eyebrows are being a bit crazy one day, or if I know that I need them to last throughout the day, or I'm going out and I want a little bit more coverage in them, if that makes sense. It adds that little bit of tint, so any gaps that there might be, it completely gets rid of those. It's the best eyebrow gel that I've ever used. If I've just had them tinted as well, I would just use this. I won't bother filling them in with a pencil, and it works incredibly on its own too. This is the Jo Malone. This is actually the wrong bottle. I should have Blackberry and Bay here with me, but this is Mimosa and Cardamom, which I love. Was a favourite for a long time, but recently Blackberry and Bay has taken over it massively. I've just picked the wrong one up off the side. I don't have my glasses on, that's probably why. It is a really warm fragrance. It's quite fruity, it's not very florally. Obviously it's blackberry, and I get so many comments when I wear it asking what perfume I'm wearing, and it's always Blackberry and Bay. I've bought it as presents for people because I think it's kind of like a fail-safe scent that everybody likes. It's definitely one that if you're thinking about going for a Jo Malone perfume, I would definitely try it. The lip liner that I've been reaching for every single day, I'm wearing it today, is the MAC Spice lip liner. It's been a favourite of mine for a while, but I feel like at this time of year it always comes out because it's quite nice and just a bit warmer. I wear this one most days, even on its own with nothing else, because it goes with most eyeshadow looks and it's just really easy to just kind of throw on. And then I have two eyeshadow palettes. Again, one is from the more affordable end of the spectrum, and one is a bit pricier. This one was a present, I think last Christmas or my last birthday, and I haven't used it as much as I should have at all. This is the Huda Beauty New Nude palette, and it's the first thing that I've ever used from that brand, and I can confirm that they are incredible quality. So you're paying a little bit more, but they are so gorgeous. You get quite a few mattes in this palette and they work really lovely on their own. You can obviously see it's more of your warmer pinky toned, purpley toned palette. You get kind of like a wax primer down here in this corner that I think is to be used as a base. I've never actually used that because obviously it's an eyeshadow palette. Once I dip my brush into one, it falls into that, and I feel like it would just kind of like mess up my eyeshadow. But you get a nice cream colour up here to just, you know, like a bone colour to go all over the lid. The duochrome eyeshadows and the sparkly eyeshadows in this are incredible. Like the pigment, the payoff, like that was like one swipe, is incredible. This is a pink one. I wore that with my outfit to my sister's 21st birthday the other night, and they lasted all day the next day because I flew to Paris with my makeup on from the night before. The mattes in here are gorgeous. You get some really deeper ones that are really nice in the crease. You get some that are really nice just to start off your makeup look with. Some purple tones, some browns. Obviously you get the plums up here. It's so nice. If you're in the market for a new palette and these colours are up your street, I would definitely say to give it a go because it's worth the price tag. It's really gorgeous, and it comes with a massive mirror, which is always handy. This is the Morphe 15H eyeshadow palette, which is kind of, I think this was maybe about £15. It's a really recent purchase from Morphe for me. I have so many Morphe palettes that I don't ever really use. This one is just a nice size. It's a little bit smaller than their big ones that they do, so I've travelled with this. The shimmers and the sparkles in here are so nice. I'll just swatch a couple for you. So they're the more like goldy, bronzy colours. You can just do so many looks with this. That is everything that I've got to show you today. They're just some things that I've just been reaching for on the daily, quite often obviously, that I wanted to share with you all. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I will see you very soon in my next video. Thank you for watching.